Friends, I want to start with a story. Just 3 years ago, just 3 short years ago, the tech world was experiencing a profound breakthrough. We were all captivated if an AI, like the early version of ChatGPT, could simply write a coherent paragraph or manage a quirky prompt, such as composing a poem about a candy powered FTL drive escaping otters. That level of capability, the ability to speak coherently, was the wow factor. Today, the entire landscape has been fundamentally transformed. Think about it. Less than 1,000 days later, we are no longer just asking an AI to write a poem. We are engaging with systems that have crossed a critical threshold, moving us into an era of digital co-worker. This leap is designed by Google's Gemini 3 Pro, the most intelligent, the most adaptive model the company has ever released. Google CEO Sundar Pichai did not hold back, declaring it the best model in the world for multimodal understanding. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore this profound shift, how Gemini 3 works, how it crushes the competition, and more importantly, how you, the user, the viewer, can start managing your own digital coworker today. To understand the intelligence of Gemini Pro, you have to look under the hood. This model is not a simple fine tune. It is the next generation in the Gemini series. The power comes from its unique structure. Gemini 3 Pro is built on a sparse mixture of experts transformer architecture. Now, why is this important? The mixture of experts, or the MOE architecture, is an efficiency powerhouse. It dynamically routes input tokens to only a subset of parameters, allowing Google to decouple the total capacity of the model from the per token computational cost, while dramatically improving performance. This efficiency enables true native multimodal support. Gemini 3 Pro is designed to seamlessly synthesize information across multiple modalities, meaning it can comprehend vast datasets and complex problems from text, from images, from audio, from video files, and even entire code repositories. Perhaps the most significant technical flex is the 1 million token context window. If you think of context as memory, this is the difference between reading a short document versus absorbing an entire corporate library instantly. Furthermore, its output capacity is substantial, capable of generating up to 64,000 tokens of text. It's also important to recognize the hardware advantage. The model was trained using Google's Tensor Processing Units, TPUs, dedicated hardware designed for massive, sustainable AI computations. The real world magic of Gemini 3 lies in its multimodal mastery, its ability to reason across different types of data. Google claims Gemini 3 Pro is the best in the world for complex multimodal understanding. We see this in the benchmark data. It achieved 81% on the rigorous MMMU Pro test. Now look at the jump in vision and spatial understanding. On the Screen Spot Pro benchmark, which tests screen understanding, Gemini 3 Pro scored 72.7%. To put that into perspective, other flagship models often score dramatically lower, showing a massive jump in capability for Google. This mastery opens doors to incredible applications. It can analyze a video of a person's pickleball match to find areas for improvement. It can translate handwritten recipes in multiple languages. For researchers, the model demonstrated expert level human performance in recognizing difficult 18th century handwritten manuscript, achieving a character error rate of only 0.56%, a 50 to 70% improvement over predecessors. Now, this is the key message. Gemini 3 does not just process data, it reasons across modalities. If the multimodal capability is its brain, then its agentic coding capabilities are its hands, the ability to do work. Google describes Gemini 3 as the most powerful agentic plus vibe coding model yet. We have seen incredible anecdotal examples of this power in the developer community. One user tested it against a top competitor, GPT-5.1, with a highly technical prompt. Create the best visualization of a spur gear in 3D possible without external libraries. It should be fully math-based and include a stress analysis and contact analysis. GPT 5.1 spent 7 minutes thinking and failed, producing a bad result. Gemini 3 took only 30 seconds and successfully nailed the complex teeth profile, something the tester had never seen an LLM do. The ability to one-shot complex SVGs, games, or simulations and adhere to expectations is a huge indicator of how far ahead it is. The agentic capability is formalized through Google Anti-Gravity, Now, Anti-Gravity is a new agent-first development platform, an IDE designed to elevate developers into managers of AI agents. Imagine directing an AI teammate. In a demo, a developer asked the agent to build a flight lookup web app. The anti-gravity agent created an implementation plan, it wrote the code, it tested the application by opening the Chrome browser, provided the user with screenshot evidence that the task was completed. Now, this is the heart of the digital coworker concept. The AI manages the execution, and you manage the direction. The proof of Gemini 3's intelligence is in the numbers. Consensus suggests Gemini 3.0 is state of the art and holds a definitive benchmark lead on most metrics. Now look at the gap in mathematical reasoning, a traditional weak point for LLMs. On the challenging Math Arena Apex, Gemini 3 Pro scored 23.4%. The result absolutely crushes the competition, with GPT 5.1 scoring just 1% and Claude Sonnet 4.5 as 1.6%. Furthermore, in high difficulty math leaderboards like AIME 2025, Gemini 3 Pro achieved a perfect score when using code execution. For pure academic reasoning, it scored 37.5% on humanities last exam and demonstrated superior scientific knowledge with 91.9% on GPQA Diamond. In the highly competitive world of agentic coding, Gemini 3 Pro is strongly competing with rivals. Its rating on the Live Code Bench Pro test is 2439. While this is generally higher than previous versions, we must note that the competition is fierce. In specialized tasks like SWE, Bench Verified, Claude 4.5 still maintains a slight edge at 77.2% against Gemini 3 Pro's 76.2%. The message is clear. Google has closed the gap, and in many critical areas like multimodal and mathematical reasoning, they are taking a commanding lead. So why is this shift so important? Because the previous models, specifically Gemini 2.5 Pro, received substantial criticism from developers. Some users felt 2.5 Pro was inconsistent, performing at a chat GPT-3 level at best on non-trivial tasks. Developers criticized its tendency to have full meltdowns, stack new mistakes on old ones, and fail to stick to a development plan. Gemini 3 Pro represents a massive improvement and a qualitative shift. First, consider hallucination rates. On the simple QA verified test, which measures parametric knowledge, Gemini 3 Pro scored 72.1%. This demonstrates an extremely low rate of hallucination when compared to competitors like GPT 5.1 and Claude Sonnet 4.5. Second, long context reliability has been clearly enhanced. The model maintains high accuracy when processing information at lengths up to 128,000 tokens. Finally, Gemini 3 Pro is designed to be a safer and more stable partner. It is less sycophantic, a problem plaguing previous AIs, and is more secure against prompt injection attacks. Internal safety evaluations confirm the model shows overall improvement in tone on sensitive topics compared to its predecessor. This is not just an update, it's a model built to earn back trust through consistency and quality. The most compelling evidence of Gemini 3's advanced reasoning capabilities goes beyond standardized leaderboards and enters the realm of human level judgment. The model was put to test with the classic PhD challenge. The researcher gave Gemini 3 access to old, disorganized, and corrupted data files from a decade long research project. The request was simply to clean the data, figure out the structure, and get it ready for a new analysis to find new things. With no further hints, the researcher then told the AI to write an original paper on an important theoretical topic using the data. What happened next was stunning. The AI successfully cleaned the corrupted data, generated original hypotheses, performed sophisticated statistical analysis, including creating its own uniqueness measure, and wrote a 14-page paper. It successfully navigated the hardest part of original research, figuring out what might be an interesting theoretical topic and how to execute it with the data it had. For those who need to push the limits of strategic planning and reasoning, Google also announced Gemini 3 DeepThink. Now, this is an enhanced reasoning variant that further boosts academic performance, scoring 41% on humanities last exam compared to Pro models 37.5%. Note that this power comes at the cost of far slower responses. DeepThink will be rolling out soon to Google AI Ultra subscribers. Now, Gemini 3 officially rolled out in November 2025. Google is integrating this power across the entire ecosystem, ensuring broad access. If you are a consumer or general user, Gemini 3 is available to all users in the Gemini app. It now powers AI mode in search, which is a critical development. This is the first time Google has shipped a flagship Gemini model in search on day one. In search, Gemini 3 generates new generative UI experiences like immersive visual layouts and interactive tools generated completely on the fly. If you are a developer or enterprise user, you can access the model to the Gemini API in AI Studio. You can leverage the new agentic platform, Google Anti-Gravity and Vertex AI for enterprise deployment. It can also be integrated to third-party platforms like Cursor, GitHub, JetBrains, and Replit. In terms of cost, the model is priced affordably for smaller workloads under 200K tokens at $2 per million input token and 12 per million output tokens. This competitive pricing, combined with Google's existing control over search and YouTube, is expected to accelerate their monopoly over the consumers and enterprise AI market. Now, with great power comes great responsibility, as they say. So, while Gemini 3 is incredibly intelligent, it is not without risk, and Google has taken safety seriously, evaluating the model under its rigorous Frontier Safety Framework (FSF). On the safety front, the news is good. Gemini 3 Pro did not reach critical capability levels in key areas like chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, cybersecurity, or harmful manipulation. The Gemini API is equipped with built in content filtering and adjustable safety settings across dimensions of harm, designed to prevent the generation of harmful content like hate speech or dangerous instructions. However, we must be realistic about limitations. Like all foundation models, Gemini 3 Pro may still produce hallucinations. Its knowledge cutoff was January 2025. The primary risks identified are a vulnerability to jailbreak attacks through improved compared to 2.5 Pro and potential performance degradation in multi-turn conversations. For those building applications, the sources stress that the onus is on developers to apply the model reasonably. Due to the incredible versatility of LLMs, they can produce unexpected, inaccurate, or biased outputs. Safety testing, including the use of red teams or automated testing by other LLMs, and continuous monitoring are essential steps for any user planning serious work with this model. Now let's bring the story full circle. Google has established itself as the state of the art, and this competitive success is expected to force other companies to push harder, possibly spurring the arrival of GPT-6 or Sonnet 5. Google is leveraging its massive ecosystem advantage, search, YouTube, and its own hardware to dominate the AI consumer and enterprise space. And your value is now in providing the strategic direction. The AI handles execution. Welcome to the new frontier of collaboration. With that, we come to the end of the show. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the AI with Arun show. And it's a request to support our work by joining us as a member. Thank you.